Applications of business analytics. So business analytics are currently being applied worldwide in every industry, in every vertical, in every department, in every domain. It's absolutely fascinating and a wonderful time to be alive and operating in this space. And what I want to focus on here are a couple domains that are extremely influential, that have been around a long time in regards to business analytics, and then get into the use cases as well. So, supply chain and supply chain management is one of the front runners for business analytics. If you've heard of logistics and supply chain management, they're extremely prominent because they have to optimize and every penny counts. Well, how are they being used today? The first is for efficient delivery and optimal sorting of goods. Most of you have probably heard of Amazon.com. Now, when Amazon.com has hundreds of thousands or millions of SKUs, there's no way that a human would be able to optimally sort all of these items in a meaningful way and then actually deliver those as well. So using algorithms as well as robots, Amazon's provided outlets for business analytics to be extremely successful. With vehicle and staff scheduling and vehicle routing, FedEx and UPS are two prime examples that optimize business analytics on a daily basis in real time. And that way, if there are weather changes, such as hurricanes or thunderstorms, or traffic incidents, that vehicles can instantaneously reroute to try to minimize problems with deliveries. We also have better inventory and processing control, as well as efficient supply chains. These are all extremely important for big box retailers such as Walmart and Target, who carry hundreds of thousands of products because they need to be able to meet supply and demand, much less supply and demand of their localized markets. Two more examples include Bernard Schaus, which was a women's apparel manufacturing company that used descriptive analytics to present its supply chain status to its managers. We also have ConAgra Foods, very large packaged foods company that uses both prescriptive and predictive analytics to plan its capacity utilization better by including the inherent uncertainty in commodities pricing. The second area I want to talk about is business analytics in healthcare. Healthcare and analytics is an absolutely fascinating space and growing extremely rapidly. So how can it be applied? Well, analytics in healthcare can be applied to simultaneously control cost and provide more effective treatment to patients. Imagine if half the procedures done didn't need to be done. Imagine if half the medicine administered didn't need to be administered because we had models, because we had algorithms that could tell if somebody truly needed that treatment or medicine. If you've ever spent hours in a waiting room or in an ER, can you imagine the impact of business analytics being applied to improving staffing, patient, and facility scheduling? In addition, analytics can be applied to control inventory, purchasing, and patient flow. One of my favorite use cases within healthcare recently is within the deep learning space, where unstructured data such as images can automatically be scanned and tell whether someone has cancer or not. Healthcare and analytics are going to revolutionize the industry. McKinsey Institute essentially proved that as well when they did research a couple of years ago, and they found that by better utilizing analytics, the U.S. healthcare system could save more than $300 billion each year, which is equivalent to the complete gross domestic product of countries such as Singapore, Finland, and Ireland. It's absolutely incredible. One of my favorite areas to do research in is business analytics and marketing, because you get to also understand the psychology of people, that prescriptive analytics piece, right? And it's done by analyzing customer behavior using data generated from social media and scanner data and product purchases. Well, why is that important? Well, from an organizational perspective, it allows for better use of advertising budgets. If you're not looking to buy a Tesla, then Tesla's wasting ad revenue targeting towards you. But if you are, and that combined potentially with a discount code, can accelerate sales. Effective pricing strategies. We'll get into one in a moment, but there are so many ways that we can optimize sales and pricing to generate increased revenue. Improved demand forecasting, both in regards to product and staff, to ensure that customers are satisfied. Better product line management to ensure that the items are in stock, which also will lead to increased customer satisfaction and loyalty. Another prime example is with the Chrysler team working with J.D. Power and Associates. developed predictive models to support its pricing decision for automobiles. And so Chrysler analyzed the ramifications of proposed pricing structures. And the models they built generated an estimated annual savings of $500 million. $500 million per year saved. So let's look at a case study. Let's look at applying business analytics to predicting sales. Now, according to 2004 New York Times, the Atlantic coast of Florida was in danger as Hurricane Francis was barreling across the Caribbean and threatening a direct hit to the coastline. So executives at Walmart, sitting in Bentonville, Arkansas, said, hey, this is a perfect opportunity for us to apply our predictive technology for forecasting. And if we're going to do that, what do we need to look at? Well, how about we look at the huge amounts of shopper history data that we've stored in our data warehouse, but let's also look at the shopping patterns of customers when Hurricane Charley had struck several weeks earlier. Now, why did they think to do that? Well, people tend to be consistent, right? So if I go shopping once a month, I'm very likely to continue going shopping once a month. But if I act differently when there's a hurricane, if I tend to buy 20 gallons of water when I know there's a hurricane, it's more than likely that I'm also going to buy 20 gallons of water when there's another hurricane. So building these predictive forecasting models, let's see what happened. With a thorough analysis, Walmart could predict what was about to happen, identify the local demands for products, anticipate the rush stock to the stores before that hurricane made landfall, determine that the stores would also require more than the usual products, such as water, observed an unusual increase in the sales of certain items, such as strawberry Pop-Tarts, and observed other unique things, such that beer was the top-selling pre-hurricane item. And this analysis helped Walmart to be prepared for the situation. Let's take another use case with predicting sales. So Amazon sells their iPhone 6 on its website through multiple listings, but sales have been decreasing, and the stakeholders for the electronic department is obviously facing a business challenge. Now the competitors are able to acquire a higher market share of iPhone 6 sales. So Amazon says, well, let's conduct data analysis on the website. So they do that, and they realize that prospective customers do visit the website, and they look for the iPhone 6 on Amazon's website, but not all of them are purchasing it. So studies were also conducted to understand the sales corresponding to discount percentages, because perhaps some people aren't willing to pay full price, but they're willing to pay a discount amount. So what was the outcome of this? Well, Amazon realized that if it offers more than a 13% discount, it does not bring incremental value in terms of increase in success rate. So this promotion response curve, you can see the optimum point, the inflection point at 13% is what it should stop at in regards to offering increase of sales. Because that success rate moves from 50 to 65% as the discount increases 10 to 13%. But after that, people tend to not care how much of a discount there is. They were going to purchase the item anyways. So if Amazon offers a 13% discount on that iPhone, then people are much more likely to purchase that item.